Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the online video class session of Political Science, second semester. So, in the part of second semester curriculum, we have been discussing about the Western political thought. So, in the Western political thought, again, there are 5 units. So, we have been discussing about the unit first, which is titled as the Greek political thought and sophists. So, in the part of that, so we have to discuss about three important issues or personalities. The first concept under the first unit is deals about the Greek political thought or introduction to the Greek political thought. And the second concept is about the Plato. So here in the Plato, it is one of the largest concept. We have to discuss about the Plato's introduction, and we already discussed, and we have to discuss about the Plato's ideal state. So that is also we have successfully discussed, and we have to need to discuss about the Plato's theory of communism, and the theory of communism also we have discussed. And in addition to that, the Plato was explained about the theory of education in his book The Republic. So the theory of education is one of the most important concept of Plato's. So today let us discuss about the Plato's theory of education. So here, my dear students, you have to keep in mind that how much importance has been given to the concept of education by the Greeks. Actually, we have talking about the Greeks. It is approximately 2,400 years back. But 2,400 years back, they have given the more importance to the concept of education. But even today,
Anil, hey, Anil Pailwan, Alluri Arun.
let us discuss about the Plato's theory of education. So here, the education is essential for the harmonious working of state and its society. Plato was strongly believed in that the education can only uh, change the human beings, and it will helps to the state and its society to function in a systematic manner. So that is the intention of Plato, and he stated that the state is nothing but it is an educational institution. So in our sociological point of view, we discuss generally the social institutions. So education is one of the main important social institution. So this thing was identified by Plato before Christ or before 2,400 years back. So that is the Greeks are, that is why the Greeks are n number of times they are claimed themselves as they are superiors, they are intellectuals than all the people in the world. And the Plato's ideal state is cannot possible without the best people or without the good citizens. So Plato was dreamed about the ideal state. Ideal state is, it is the imaginary state of Plato. So in that imaginary state or in his ideal state, he dreamed about that the ideal state is possible through only education. The education is molds the people as the good citizens, molds the people as the best people. So then only the concept of the ideal state is possible to any state. So that is the intention of the Plato. And the concept of education is molds the people become the good citizens. So he was Plato was strongly believed in the education, that the education can only molds the people to become a good citizens. So what is the qualities of good citizens? For example, in the contemporary times, if you want to become a good citizens, you have to pay taxes in properly, and you have to respect the nation, you have to respect the elders, you have to love the children, You have to protect the state property. So these are all qualities of a good citizen. But these are all the qualities of good citizen. How we can develop the qualities of a good citizen by the education itself. So this is was strongly believed by the Plato, and Plato gives priority to the concept of education. So that is why the education has its own the identity. It has its own importance to mold the society and to mold the citizens. So that is why Plato was given more priority to the concept of education in the 2400 years back. And Plato explained about the concept of education in his book, The Republic. So the Republic is one of the most important book by the Plato. So in his book, he was highlighted about the ideal state and the theory of communism and about the concept of education or the theory of education. So here, according to the Plato, the concept of education has two goals. So why he was given importance to the concept of education? Because according to the Plato, the concept of education has two important goals, such as the first goal is producing the philosopher kings. The primary objective of the education is the producing the philosopher king. Who is philosopher king? The philosopher king is the ruler who have been completed the primary education and the secondary education. They are eligible to become the philosopher kings. So here, the main objective of the Plato's theory of education is to prepare or to produce the philosopher kings for the rule. And the second important goal is a goal of the education is to mold the people towards the acquire wisdom or knowledge. So through the education itself, the individual can acquire various knowledge. So if an individual is want to survive in the society, must and should he need knowledge, how to behave in the society, how to behave with elders, how to behave with children, how to obey the rules and regulations of the states. So these are all acquired by the education itself. So that is why acquiring education is a social activity. It is a social activity. The learning education or acquiring knowledge is definitely, we can say, it is a social activity. So because the human beings are part of the society. So that is why the father of political science, later after Plato, the father of political science, Aristotle, was stated that man is a social animal and as well as the political animal. So here we can talk about only social animal. That is why education is the social activity. By the social activity, you can acquire the knowledge. So this is about the Plato's theory of education, a brief introduction. So let us discuss about the education system of Greece. So before going to study the Plato's theory of education, we have to must and should know about the education system of Greece. So the Greece is the combination of various city states, is it, like Athens, Sparta, Milan, Thebes, Macedonia. So these are various city states of the Greece. But out of the various city states, the Sparta and the Athens were the most powerful states. We have so many times discussed these things that the two city states were the most powerful city states in the Greece. But the before going to study about the Plato's education, we have to must and should discuss about these two states education system, is it? So then only we can understand the Plato's theory of education, how he was prepared, or how he was given his contribution to develop the theory of education. So then only we can understand clearly. So before going to study the Plato's theory of education, we should must and should know about the Athens system of education. So here in the Athens is one of the most powerful city state of Greece. So in that state, the education is important to personal development. So in the Athens, the education was given more priority to develop the individuals. So individuals developments like the liberty of an individuals, the independence of an individual. So like this, so you have to keep in mind that there is a difference between the Athenian education and Spartan education, or Athens education or Sparta education. So that is why listen carefully. Here in the Athens, the education is giving importance to the personal development, like liberty of an individual, or liberty or a freedom or independence of an individual. And the education is not under the control of state. So in the Athens, the education is not under the control of state. It is under the control of the private people. And the education system in the Athens is in the three forms, three stages, like the primary education, the secondary education, and the tertiary education. Tertiary education means the third education, first phase, second phase, and third phase of education. So like this, the education is under the Athenian system was in the three phases: the primary education, the secondary education, and the tertiary education or third education. And in the Athens, the domestic education is given more priority rather than the foreign the alien education or allied the other education, means other states education. Only they are giving the importance to the domestic education. So the Spartan uh, language is given more priority. So uh, they were not allowed to the other educations like technical education in their educational system. So that is why there is no technical education in the Athenian education system. People get education by paying money to the tutors like sophists. So because the education is not under the control of state, then what will happen? Who are the educated people? They can start earning money by providing education. So like that, the one of the group has become familiar. They are called as the sophists. So the sophists are the private teachers or the private tutors. They can teach the contemporary issues to the students, and as well as they can get some amount of money. So this is the Athens education system. And so let us discuss about the Spartan education system. So in the Spartan education system, somewhat a difference between the Athens education system and as well as the Spartan education system. So you have to keep in mind that you have to keen observation about the difference between the Athens education system and Spartan education system. So in the Sparta is also one of the powerful state in the Greek. So the education is available only to the citizens. In the Sparta, the education is only available to the citizens. So in those days, the Greek citizens were categorized into three groups, like the citizens, the aliens, and the slaves. So here, the education is availed only to the citizens rather than the slaves. It means no education is available to the slaves. Is it? Yes. And in the Spartan education, the importance to the discipline and skill development. Here, in the Spartan education, whereas in the Athenian education, the education, the individual education has given priority. But here, the the education is given more importance to individual discipline and the skill development of an individual. So in this sense, they are designed. And education is under the control of state. But whereas in the Athenian education system, education is not under the control of state. But in the Spartan education system, the education is under the control of state itself. And here in the Spartan education system, the both boys and girls are got education. There is without any bias. So here, whereas in the uh, Athenian education system, the girls are not allowed to get education, but the education is not under the control of state. But here, the education is under the control of state, but both boys and girls are got education. But here, the only citizens, those who have citizenship, they only, the boys and girls, they are only available to get education. And in the Spartan education system, the in the curriculum framework, they are given more priority to the physical education as well as the mental education in their curriculum. Like the physical education is deals about by the gymnastics, and whereas the mental education is deals by the music. So in their curriculum, they are designed, the music and the gymnastics are the important subjects. So in their curriculum framework. So this is about the Spartan education system. And based on these two, the Plato was studied the Spartan education system and as well as the Athenian education system, and he was combined the both education systems, and proposed a new kind of system, uh, a new kind of theory of education. So that is the Plato's theory of education. So Plato combined these two system of education, like Athenian system of education and Spartan education system of education, and he was proposed the state controlled education. So here he was taken some of the best issues from the Spartan education system and some of the best issues from the Athenian education system, and he was proposed that the state control to the education. It means the education is under the control of state itself. There is no control on education by the private individuals. The state itself is the whole and sole authority, whole and sole control on the education. And Plato given priority to both men and women. And whereas in the Spartan, like Spartan education, the both boys and girls, or men and women, are given priority to get education. And the Plato put some kind of restriction or strict censorship on the literature, because according to the Plato, the literature should have some values. The miscellaneous or mislead literature is not allowed to uh, go to the people. So it has a censorship. The only the positive vibe of education has to be reached to the common people or the citizens. The false literature has its own restrictions or censorship. And in his education, he has given the priority to both mental education and as well as physical education and as well as moral education. So here they have given importance in their curriculum framework, like music. It deals about the mental education, and physical education like gymnastics, and good citizenship or morality issues. So these all issues are included in the curriculum framework of Plato. And the main objective of Plato's education system is to producing the philosopher kings. The main objective of this is most important point, that the main objective of the Plato's education system is the producing the philosopher king. So who is philosopher king? Philosopher king is the the wise intellectual of the ruler, who have been completed the two stages of education, like primary education and as well as secondary education, who have completed the 35 years of education system. He became the philosopher king. And besides this, Plato was given more importance to the education. So that is why he was started an academy. Academy means an university. So he was started a university named as Academy in the year of 387 in the Athens. So basically, he's an Athenian. That is why he was established academy in the Athenian, and in his academy, he was given more priority to the subjects like mathematics, gymnastics, music, rhetoric, logic. So various concepts were given importance or added in the curriculum framework. And Aristotle is the production of Plato's academy, because Aristotle is the best student of the Plato, or the most important student of Plato. So he was outcome from the Plato's academy. So he was considered as the best disciple of Plato. Disciple means the student. And the Aristotle was studied approximately 20 years in the academy, from 367 to 347. This is about the Plato's theory of education. But the Plato divided the concept of education into two parts, such as the basic primary education is one division, and the secondary education is one division. So here the basic education or primary education is one group or one step. We should not get confused. Basic education is nothing but the primary education. The secondary education is nothing but the higher education. So the basic education again divided into three parts. So the basic education is approximately up to the age of 19 years. From 0 to 19 years, the basic education tenure. So, for example, now you are almost all or at the age of 19 or 20. So, you are, according to the Plato's system of education, still you are under the primary education itself. But the contemporary education system is different. So, leave about this. And according to the Plato, the primary education is up to the age of 19 years. And the basic education is again divided into three stages. Like first stage, the first stage is from the age of 0 to 6 years. This is the first stage of primary education or basic education of Plato. So here in the first stage of the primary education, the curriculum framework is important, given importance to the mother tongue or their own language. So and in the first phase of the primary education, the importance is given to the pictures. So based on the pictures, based on their regional language or own mother tongue, they has to be studied. So it means the study to their own language by using pictures. So here it means the priority has been given to their mother tongue. For example, we are Telugu people. The primary education has to be reached to all the people in Telugu language itself. So that is the intention of Plato. And besides that, the priority is given to the religious issues in the first stage of primary education. And they has to teach about the religion, and they has to teach about the truth, what is good and what is bad, and good habits. So these are the things are incorporated in the primary education of the first phase. And the second phase of primary education is from age 7 years to 18 years. So this is adolescent age, okay, Kaumara Dasha, Yavana Dasha. So here in the curriculum framework, the Plato has given priority to the physical education and as well as mental education. Because why? Because in the era in from the 7 years to 18 years, the individuals are developed physically and as well as mentally. So that is why the physical education and the mental education has been given priority to the second phase of the primary education, which is from from 7 years to 18 years. So here the physical education is physical education curriculum is the gymnastics, and the mental education curriculum is the music. And these are the things were incorporated by the Plato in his curriculum framework of the primary education of second stage. And the third stage of primary education. So this is most important. It is 2 years, tenure of 2 years, from year 19 years to 20, from 18 to 19 years. So some books it is in 19 years to 20 years. but it is approximately 18 years to 19 years. It is the 2 years tenure. So this is the third stage of the primary education or the basic education. So it is also called as, sometimes it is also called as the upper primary education in some of the books. And this upper primary education is for the tenure of 2 years, like 18 to 20 years in some of the books. But here, the third stage of the basic education is 2 years. So here, in the third stage of the primary education, the curriculum framework has been given priority to the military training, and the education and training is given to the issues of the daring issues, and the training is given to the individuals about their self confidence, to build up their self confidence. And the training is given to the individuals in imbibing various hurdles, to face various kinds of hurdles. So ఎలాంటి పరిస్థితులైనా దిగమింగుకోవాల్సినటువంటి పరిస్థితి వస్తే అట్లాంటి పరిస్థితులను తయారు చేయగలిగినటువంటి కరికులం అక్కడ పెట్టడం జరిగింది. సో ద ట్రైనింగ్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ గివెన్ టు ద ఇండివిజువల్స్ టు ఇంబైబ్ ద వేరియస్ కైండ్స్ ఆఫ్ హర్డిల్స్ which has to be ready to face. Okay, and after this upper primary education, the third stage, upper primary education of after this upper primary education, or the third stage, then there will be an examinations. The exam will be conducted to the primary education students, and those who are passed in the primary education, they are eligible to get higher education. So this is the procedure of the Plato's primary education. So in the secondary education, the secondary education is from 20 years to 35 years. It is approximately the tenure of 15 years. The higher education is again divided into two parts, such as the primary stage from age 20 to 30 years, and the second stage from 30 to 35 years. So in the primary stage of the higher education is given priority to the optional subjects like logic, philosophy, mathematics, rhetoric. So like this, there are various subjects were given as optional subject. And after first phase of the higher education, the second, again there will be an examination. An examination will took place after the first phase, and the qualified candidates are eligible to finish the higher or secondary education. And the secondary education, or the secondary stage education of second phase, from 30 years to 35 years. The second stage part of the higher education is comprises of various important subjects like, again, the logic, mathematics, physics, astrology, and mental education. So these are the subjects. Various subjects were framed in the curriculum framework. But even if you observe the today's education system, while going to the higher education, the subjects are become a single. For example, if we are in 10th class, we can use to study all the subjects like Telugu, English, math, science, social. Whereas when we come to intermediate, some of the subjects we ignore. If we select HEC, we can study only social sciences, and we can ignore sciences. If we are selected by PC, we can ignore social sciences. We can only study the physical sciences and biological sciences. And after degree, if we can join in the degree course, BA or BCom or BSc, we can only study the specific subjects. And when we go to the master's, PG, we can study only one subject, which is our familiar. But whereas in the Plato's theory of education, while going to the higher education, the number of subjects were included, added, like logic, mathematics, physics, astrology, mental education, mental ability, like the many of the subjects has been included. And the candidates who are finished their higher education, both stages, primary stage from the year of 20 to 30, 30 years, and 30 to 35 years. Those who are completed the two stages, they are eligible to become a philosopher king, according to the Plato. And this is the Plato system of theory of education. And at the age of the 50 years, the philosopher king maybe take retirement. But if you take the present ruling system, the 70-year people also ruling. For example, KCR has more than 65 years, Narendra Modi has more than 65 years, and there are various people. Before Narendra Modi, the Manmohan Singh was also ruled. He has approximately 70 years. But according to the Plato's theory of education, the ruler or the philosopher king has to be take retirement for the age of 50 years itself. And after 50 years, they are considered as the the senior citizens or the guardians. They have only give suggestions to the contemporary rulers. So that is the Plato's theory of education. And let us discuss about the criticism of Plato's theory of education. Even though Plato was proposed various things, but the theory of education has been criticized by many of the people. Okay, and Plato's theory of education is available to only to the guardians, but not to the majority of the production classes. So here he was given priority to the only citizens rather than the majority of the working classes. And uh, according to the criticizers like Aristotle, it kills the initiative of an individual. So it means from years 0 to 35 years, the student been has been getting education. So it kills the initiative of an individuals. You can get bored, and there is no statement on the vacationalization. So here, according to Plato, the Plato was not mentioned about any vacations. From age 0 to 35 years, an individual has to be get education continuously. He cannot spoken about the vacationalization. But even today, for semester to semester, for year to year, we have vacation. And in those Plato's theory of education, there is no comment on the vacationalization and injustice to the literature, because uh, the Plato was put a censorship on the literature, but this is injustice to the literature. Some of the criticizers are said that the literature has to be reached to the people, even though it is bad literature, even though it is good literature, it has to be reached to the people. That's it. There should be no restrictions, there should not be no censorship on the literature. So this is the view of the criticizers. And the self-contradictory. It means the Plato's theory of education is self-contradictory, because it it uh, it is the length of time from 0 to 35 years. An individual has to be get education, and he, himself he himself get a kind of frustration. And according to the Aristotle, the Plato's theory of education is unrealistic. It is far away from the application, or far away from the practicability. So it is a wrong understanding of human psychology, because the length of time is not good to the individuals, because the lifespan of the man or individual is approximately 60 to 70 years. But here, up to the 35 years, he has to get education. But after 35 years, he has to rule the philosopher as a philosopher king to the state. And at the time also, there is a kind of theory of communism. But what is the use of getting these kind of education? So like this, there are various controversies or criticism about the Plato's theory of education. So my dear students, so here I am winding up the session. So this is about clearly about the Plato's theory of education. So now I am open, welcoming to the queries or questions. Okay. Bye, my dear students. I am winding up the session. Bye. హలో వినిపిస్తుందా? ఓకే, సెషన్ వైండ్ అప్ చేస్తున్నా
సార్
సెషన్ వైండ్ అప్ చేస్తున్నాను అంటున్నా.
సార్ ఇంకొకటి ఇది ప్లేటోస్ ఐడియల్ స్టేట్ కూడా చేయరా? అది వీడియో వస్తలేదు సార్, మిస్ అయింది.
ఐడియల్ స్టేట్ అది బాగా చేశాను కదరా, ఉంది యూట్యూబ్లో ఉంది చూడండి మీరు. నేను ఇప్పుడు ఇది కూడా
YouTube లో
ఉంది, ప్లేటోస్ థియరీ ఆఫ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కూడా ఉంది, ప్లేటోస్ థియరీ ఆఫ్ కమ్యూనిజం కూడా ఉంది, ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. మీరు
కమ్యూనిజం మీరు పోస్ట్